What's going on, friends? Rich DeMuro here, Rich on Tech, and check it out. In my hands, the brand new Samsung Galaxy Note 9. This is the powerhouse smartphone, and it is coming to a store near you very soon. I've got it in two different colors. These are the launch colors here in the US. This is a lavender purple color, and then this is the ocean blue. So if you remember back to when the Note first launched, it was actually in a deep shade of blue. So those are your two colors at launch that you have a choice of. Personally, I'm going with this nice blue color. I think that's really cool. This is also a really nice color as well. We're gonna put that down for just a second so I can show you some of the features on this new device. All right, so here you have it. Beautiful device. So obviously Samsung, known for their amazing screens. You get that there. 6.4-inch screen on this one. I activated that other phone, by the way, when I put it down. 6.4-inch screen, so just a tiny bit bigger than before. And if you look at the sides here, you've got the top, you've got your micro SD card and SIM card slot up there. On the bottom here, yes, you still have a headphone jack, so that's good news for you there. You've got the USB-C, you've also got the S Pen. I'll tell you more about that in a second. On the side here, you've got your power button. On the other side here, you've got your Bixby button, which activates that. And then of course you've got your volume up and down. And on the back, this is really important because you've got that great dual camera setup here with the adjusting aperture. So it goes from 1.5 to 2.4 depending on the lighting conditions. So that's really cool. Little sensor over here. And they did move the fingerprint reader to a much better position. So now if I close my eyes, I can actually feel this thing without even look at that. Pretty simple, huh? Before you had to kind of shimmy off to the side there. No longer have to do that. So that's a winner right there. Okay, let me tell you about, some more specs, by the way. Minimum storage on this thing, 128 gigs with 6 gigs of RAM. Did I say powerhouse phone? Yes, this is a powerful device. Let me tell you about this S Pen. You've got this here, you pop it out, and watch this. Boom. Look at that color. You get some fancy coloring on that thing. So this is not your typical S Pen anymore. This is now Bluetooth low energy enabled. So this does have a little tiny battery in it. There is a little tiny charger, still has that one button. But what that enables you to do is several things. You can now use this as a remote control for your phone. You can use it, immediately. You can just press and hold this. You'll watch. It'll launch the camera. And then if you want, you can double click and it'll change it to selfie mode. There we go. And if I click one more time, I can take a picture of myself. And then of course I can use it that way as well. You can tap on the screen, do whatever you want there. Now you're wondering about charging this. Yes, it does need to be charged, but the good news is you pop it back in the socket, it'll charge in 40 seconds to 100%. So all you gotta do is pop it in there for 40 seconds, it'll charge to 100%. The not so good news is that it only lasts for that Bluetooth for a half an hour outside of the device. So if you are doing a really long presentation at work, you have to consider that. If you're using it as a remote, you're only gonna get a half an hour. The good news is if you're doing more than a half an hour presentation at work, who wants to sit through that? So yeah, make it a half an hour less. But again, 40 seconds to charge it. It's got a little inductive charging here, so it is wireless. There's no kind of like things that it has to touch. Kind of like a wireless toothbrush, like a Sonicare. You just pop it in, it'll charge by itself. That's really cool. Now another thing you can do with this is, for the first time ever, this is one of my favorite features of the Note, is when you pop this out, you can do the screen off note, right? So you can write a memo on your screen, but look at this now, watch. Oh, it writes in color. How great is that? And I don't know why. Before it was just a standard white, but to be in yellow is really cool. So I love that. We're gonna save that in notes forever. So Samsung, you're gonna have my note forever. Okay. Now let's get to the camera, because let's be honest, that's the most important part of any device. So let's go back in here real quick. Let's activate this camera. It's got the very similar camera as before. So you've got the 12 megapixels here. You've got the 8 megapixels on the front for the front facing camera. Let's see, which one is it? That one? Yeah, that's the camera. There's another sensor there. So you got that. But what they've done with the camera is made it a little more foolproof for the average person with something called intelligent camera. So what that means is when you aim this camera at something, it's using artificial intelligence and an algorithm to figure out what you're taking a picture of, and then it adjusts the settings accordingly. So let me show you how that works right here. So if I aim this camera at the plant, oh, you saw it there. Okay, let me just make sure. So if I aim it at the plant, did you see that down there? I know it's tough to see, but immediately down here I see a little logo of a plant. It adjusts the settings to take a great picture of a plant. Now if I go down here to this little croissant, I don't know what this thing is, some sort of Danish, immediately it snaps into food mode. And so now it's going to take a picture that's optimized for food mode. And if you aim it at a person, it's going to show you that it's a person. If you aim it at all kinds of stuff, there's 20 different scenes that it identifies. Everything from, you know, a cloudy day to a sunny day to a mountain to a waterfall to pets to leaves, whatever. It's going to recognize those, change the settings so that you get a great shot. One more thing the camera's going to do as well. You ever take a picture and what do you do? The first thing you do when you take a picture, you tap right here to see what your picture looks like, right? Well, this is now going to give you a heads up. Right here, you're going to see a little message. Let's say if someone blinked in your picture, or if you had your finger on the lens, or if the lens was smudged. It's going to tell you that in a little note so that you don't even have to go there. You just take another picture. And what's cool about that is that you can concentrate on getting the best shot possible without worrying about looking at your picture and reviewing it every time. Otherwise, you've got your note that you know about. You've got a great battery in here, 4,000 milliamp hours. That is large. So you are going to have the power pretty much, hopefully, to go through the entire day with this thing. And then your software, pretty much what you're used to on here. As you can see, not too many major changes in here. This one I did check is running Android 8, so hopefully there will be an update to 9 at some point in the future. But there you have it. That is the Note 9. Again, Samsung. This is their best phone. This is the best device that they make. This is a powerhouse device. As of this recording, I don't have the price on this device just yet, but you can guarantee it's not going to be inexpensive, but the value that you get with this device, you're basically getting a computer, a tablet, a laptop if you turn it into DeX, and also a really good camera for one price. So there you have it. That is your first look at the Samsung Galaxy Note 9. Tell me what you think in the comments, and I'll be looking forward to reading them. I'm curious what you think. All right, I'm Rich DeMiro, and by the way, I did notice, I took some selfies, by the way, that I gotta say, I'm liking the selfie camera on this thing. It's looking pretty good. So Luis, what's up? Thanks for shooting this. Oh, we just activated it. There you go. So the selfies are looking pretty nice on this thing as well. Camera's looking pretty fine. All right, thanks so much for watching. If you like this, share it with your friends. Otherwise, give it that old thumbs up. I'm Rich DeMiro, richontech.tv. I will see you next time.